Just apply the finishing touch. Perfect. Look at that delicious vegan chocolate cake. No dairy, no eggs. I think I'll just take a slice of that out of there, chuck it down on a plate. Looks good. You know, I think I should probably post this online. Everyone's gonna like this. There's no reason they...
Actually, this cake is no longer vegan as it's had its photograph taken. It was probably cooked in a gas or electric oven, which also isn't vegan. A totally vegan lifestyle isn't even possible unless you live completely off-grid, don't drive and never use any technology, as cow's cholesterol is used in everything. So no vegan can reply to this, as they shouldn't have a phone or computer, as both contain animal products.
Yeah, I'm gonna reply anyway. So before we go any further, can I just point out that this person's name is Lyons? I mean, I assume it's pronounced Lions. I thought that was pretty funny anyway. So before I go into the various ways this comment is just a bit silly, can we just appreciate the comedy given to us in that first sentence there? The suggestion that if you take a photograph of something, that thing is then not vegan. Where to actually start? I think what we'll do is we'll just minus 1 point for everything Lions didn't think of, and we'll start with a score of, let's say 5, and we'll see how he fares. The first thing that popped into my mind is that most vegans weren't raised vegan, so could easily still own something not vegan from before then. Are they meant to throw away everything they own when they go vegan and start from scratch? Minus 1 point. Second thing I thought of, and this might be the first thing that came to your mind, is that Lions is showing that they don't even understand the definition of veganism. I've said it in full enough times before, but being vegan just means doing your best to avoid animal abuse as far as is practicable. We don't live in a vegan world, so choosing not to use your oven because either the production of it or the power running it likely involves some sort of animal exploitation at some point down the line, that's not vegan, that's lunacy. So minus another point. He then talks about going to live off-grid, not using any technology, again because he doesn't understand what veganism actually is. The problem with this is the idea that only perfection is worth striving for. Lyon's implication, though not stated outright, is obvious. You can't have a vegan cake. Veganism is impossible. No point trying, I might as well eat meat every day, buy wool and leather, drink milk, etc, etc. No point focusing on the main issues of meat, dairy, clothing and vivisection while people are still using cameras. That's where this guy's head is at, it's obvious. I mean, let's grant for a moment that what he's saying about cows' cholesterol being in everything is true. Okay, so are cows being lined up to be killed for phones and PC screens? Is meat a byproduct of the tech industry now? Let's face it, if there was no meat industry, no one is going to raise animals to murder them for a bit of cholesterol for the new iPhone or whatever. And hell, even if they were, someone could always buy a phone second-hand and therefore not be contributing to more animal deaths. Sorry Lions, you lose another point I'm afraid. Okay, now let's talk about the facts. We've already established that even if what he's saying is true, he's still wrong. Of course the cake is vegan, you numpty. But is what he's saying even true to begin with, or is that just more hot air as well? You might have heard people talk about cholesterol in LCD screens, and that's surely what he's getting at here. I mean, if it is, he's missed the point, that being someone could have just bought a device with an OLED screen instead of LCD, but I digress. Let's look at the facts. LCD stands for liquid crystal display. Liquid crystal, first discovered in the 1880s, is a weird, magic, wobbly, sciencey stuff that you really don't need to understand much about for the purpose of this video. All you need to know is that liquid crystal can be made from the cholesterol from animals, and originally it always was. However, the 1880s was a long time ago, and we've come a fair way since then, as you might have guessed. Nowadays, almost all LCD screens on the market, something like 99% of the ones being manufactured today, are made of a petrochemical instead of cholesterol, with the most common one being, and oh god I'm going to pronounce this wrong, 4-cyano-4 pentabiphenyl, maybe? It's synthetic, no animal origin, it's vegan. Minus 1 point. So we've reached the end of my critique. I bet he really thought he had veganism up on the ropes with that one. But don't worry everyone, I'll always be here to ensure you can keep eating and photographing cake. At least Lions didn't completely fail. He ended up with 1 point left out of 5. Oh wait, he's fishing in his profile picture, isn't he? Yeah, sorry, -1 point, you lose. Try again.